Hi, I'm Fredrik Brattstig, and I'm an EMEA Technology Evangelist at IGEL Technology. So I will today talk to you about software-defined endpoint management, specifically focusing on the IGEL Cloud Gateway and some new interesting functionality. Let's start by looking at the IGEL offerings in terms of endpoint management. So first of all, we have the IGEL OS, the operating system that is called the IGEL OS version 11, Workspace Edition. It comes as an x86-based 64-bit capable operating system, and you can use the IGEL operating system and reinstall your existing fleet of hardware. Doesn't matter if it's PCs or laptops or thin clients from other vendors, for instance. You can utilize the IGEL OS on those devices and turn them into a fully managed endpoint. You could also use the UD Pocket, which is a USB bootable stick, which allows you to boot any kind of device into an IGEL operating system without actually reinstalling the machine. So in runtime, it will be an IGEL endpoint. We also have IGEL hardware devices where you can choose from a range of task worker devices up to high-end multimedia workloads. And also we add on the partnerships with a few different vendors out in the market where, for instance, LG, we do support a lot of their all-in-one PCs. So PCs with a monitor at the same time combined. To manage all those devices, use the IGEL UMS management platform. So this is a software piece which allows you to specify how the endpoint should act and behave, and it makes a good consistency in terms of how the devices act. So it will make sure that devices work as you have specified it. On top of this, we have the Enterprise Management Pack, which is an add-on license. We will talk about the Cloud Gateway for remote management. More to that later, but we also have functionality that is called custom partition that allows custom apps and protocol support for the device, meaning that you can install whatever kind of software on your device that is not bundled with the IGEL operating system. We have the shared user workspace support, which allows you to share devices. Even if you have different roles as users, you can share devices by logging into the device and retrieve your settings as a user. We have the advanced asset management functionality, which gives you control about what kind of USB and Bluetooth devices are connected to your endpoints. And we have some mobile device management where we can control iOS, Apple OS devices. So the next-gen Edge OS for cloud workspaces, that's the naming of the IGEL OS 11. We integrate partner technologies in our operating system where we support quite a few different apps and desktop protocols, even more than on this page actually. We have unified communication functionality where we add functionality for different headsets and codecs and whatever. We have analytics so that you really can go deep down into what's actually going on at the user's endpoint, how the performance is, if everything runs smooth, if everything is working as it should. We have the printing part, of course, integration of different printing solutions, security, where you can do additional control, and we have smart card functionality and tap and go functionality and so on. And of course, hardware support. So we do have native support for quite a few different hardware models from other vendors in the thin client space, plus, as said before, all the x86 based devices. So modern endpoint management. What we see at IGEL is the IGEL UMS is controlling the endpoints to act and behave as they are designed to do out of you as an administrator. So those devices can be residing in home offices, in offices on-prem or remote offices, of course, or even anywhere in the world. And those devices, of course, connect to some kind of infrastructure, on-prem Citrix environments, VMware environments, cloud-based, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, maybe Google Cloud, or whatever it might be. So you use all those devices to connect to your different desktops in whatever flavor suits you best. With the Cloud Gateway, we add on the possibility to manage the devices everywhere, no matter if they are on the other side of the internet in a non-controlled networking environment, where the device actually just have a internet connection, or if they are in a controlled environment. The add-on of the IGEL UMS that is called the Cloud Gateway will allow you to manage devices anywhere in the world. So we are going to look at the Cloud Gateway for remote management. So the Cloud Gateway will require you to have a UMS. It will require you to have the Cloud Gateway virtual appliance, and to be able to control all your devices, no matter where they are. What's important to tell is that the Cloud Gateway is only a secure transport for the UMS to control the endpoints. So it's not a tunnel for the endpoints to reach your sessions. That has to be handled by different other tools. So it's just to configure and maintain the devices. So what I'm going to show you is the secure shadow over ICG, where we have just released this functionality. Requirements for this is to have the IGEL Universal Management Suite 6.02.100. We have to have the IGEL Cloud Gateway 2.01.100, and we have to have the IGEL OS 11 11.02.100. So what I have in my demo, I have in Azure, I created a UMS server and an ICG instance, Cloud Gateway instance. And I also have a Windows Virtual Desktop environment. All of those are residing in the East US section of Azure. So I'm using Azure for all the control plane workloads for the IGEL endpoints. And here on my laptop running in the basement where I have the office, I have a virtual IGEL OS 11 VM running. And this one is hooked up to the IGEL UMS through the Cloud Gateway in Azure. So it travels across the Atlantic Ocean, the communication between those two devices. So initially, we can have a look at if there are any management capabilities. If I just right-click the endpoint, and I will send a message to the device. I do need support. Allow my connection soon. I will send the message. And the user on the other side of the world, actually in this case, gets the question, do you need support? Allow my connection soon. So we have the basic functionality in communicating with the device. The user accepts OK. So then I, from the control plane, will initiate the shadow. Accept client access. So now we see in the Windows Virtual Desktop running the UMS console, connecting to an Azure workload where the UMS and the Cloud Gateway is residing, are connected remotely to an IGEL endpoint device residing on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. So now the support engineer has initiated the contact. They have a remote session with a user, and they have the possibility, of course, to do whatever the user also are able to do. So we can start whatever applications. We can, of course, start up the setup utility. Everything in the setup utility is generally controlled using the UMS, of course, but just to show the possibilities. So effectively and apparently we have a good performance and a possibility to now manage devices that are on the other side of the internet, and which open up very good support possibilities for the support help desk staff and everybody in need of shadowing the end users. With this, I would say thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to have more information, reach out to your IGEL partner, your IGEL favorite IGEL SE or favorite IGEL sales rep, and they will be able to tell you everything about secure shadowing over the IGEL Cloud Gateway. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.